About to watch this reaction with me. 800 women attend a matchmaking event and no men showed up. All right, let's see.
I never thought I wouldn't get married, but the truth is, I'm already 42 and I really can't find a husband. I didn't expect it to be this hard at 42, but the reality is, my social circle and my age make it really difficult. I
That's deep. That's a bold statement. I think it's hard in general. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. You know, everybody is different. But right now in 2025, and this was a couple of months ago, it seems like it is very tough out here.
also didn't expect that men don't want to date older single women. And I
Nice.
didn't expect that older single men themselves are not that great. They just look down on older single women.
Damn.
This vlogger said it's almost impossible for her to find a marriage partner.
Damn.
In the following conversation between a man and a woman, you can see how hard it is for single women in China to find someone.
What?
Let's be straightforward. What are your conditions?
I'm wondering if that's actually what he said or if they just catting off. But I'm hoping that this translation ain't off. All right, let's let him.
I'm 38 years old. I have a house and a car, and my monthly salary is around 5,000 yuan. What about you?
Damn, so I guess everywhere they lead with the money first. It is a global thing because, again, like I said it before and I'm going to say it again, the economy dictates the dynamics of relationships and the family structure. So depending on what kind of economy you are in globally and, you know, like when it comes to countrywide, that's going to determine what kind of relationship dynamics will be available based on that, you know, like especially if you're a part of the masses. Now, if you're in the 1% or you know the top cream de la crumb, you know, then you probably it is still difficult, but it's not gonna have as much control. It's gonna be more. You have more options. It's more flexibility, but it's still because you're engaging with the world. You feel me? It's still that social psychological dynamic. So okay.
I don't have anything.
You
Damn.
don't have anything, and you still want to come to a matchmaking event with me?
Yes, exactly. Because I don't have anything. I came to find you. If I had everything, why would I come looking for you? You must be
Oh.
joking.
So why do you think I would be interested in you?
What kind of person are you looking for?
I want someone at least 175 centimeters tall, with a
Damn.
bachelor's degree or higher, a
Okay.
house, a car, and a stable job.
How old are you?
Okay.
38.
You're 38? Given your conditions, do you think men would choose you? Think
That's-
about it.
Why wouldn't they choose
That's tough. I feel like this is a kung fu movie, but about relationships.
me?
Listen, everyone. Height of 175 centimeters, has a house and a car, bachelor's degree or higher. Why would they choose a 38-year-old over a 25-year-old? Why pick you?
Both men and women want a good partner when looking to marry. But the current fact is that there are many older single women in China. On the men's side, more than 20 million rural men remain unmarried
If you round it off, I think 175 is close to 5'8" or 5'9", maybe something like that. I think like 190 is 190 or 185 is 5'11", or one, I don't know, I forget.
bachelors. According to
It's
the
damn near 6 feet. It's damn near 6 feet. 6 feet. That's what they looking for. So just to round it off to the same thing. It's 6 feet and up. So if you ain't 6 feet and up, then hey, that's basically what it comes for.
2023 China Statistical Yearbook released by the National Bureau of Statistics
I just thought about that, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of 6 feet dudes in China. Like, let me stop. Continue.
By the end of 2022, there were 265 million single people in China. Among them, 106 million were single women, and 159 million were single men.
Damn.
Why are so many women single and find it hard to get a partner? Some say it's because when women were young, they always dream of a love story like in TV dramas. They imagine a Prince Charming or a powerful CEO coming into their lives.
Disney.
But a tall CEO is very popular.
True.
You might not get a chance to meet with him, and
So that I guess there in China, a CEO is equivalent to an athlete, or a rapper, or a celebrity, or you do have a lot. It's now expanding past that, you know, to At least you being 6 to 7 figures, for what a lot is requesting socially in the trend. I'm just going off of what I see scrolling, and I know people be like, "Oh yeah, it's your algorithm." Also, what I see on all the blogs and all of I dive deep into this. So yeah.
And if you do, he might not notice you. If you miss the opportunity, you end up being what's called a leftover woman. Every
Damn.
woman needs to be more realistic and down to earth. It's important to make a suitable and realistic match.
岁数大，只是大龄
Man, I don't know if this is a dude or not, but let me stop.
是你身上最小的问题。
Age is the smallest problem among leftover women.
Oh, okay. So this is a dude talking. He picky.
Women, when young, don't lack admirers, but when they are dating, they keep draining the man's patience. Eventually, all the men who are willing to truly commit leave. They're not left behind. They actively filter out all the men who could accept them.
This male vlogger thinks that age is not the main issue.
Hey,
There are four
he on point though. He got a point.
main reasons. First, when women start dating, they always talk about emotional value. They test men by acting difficult, giving cold shoulders, blocking, or threatening to break up just to see if he loves her enough. Men can tolerate some unreasonable behavior, but that makes for a very unstable relationship.
See, people, man, you know what? This is what I don't get about the passport bros. I just hang on. Let me show the face. Let me go rewind a little bit. Let me.
Behavior, but
You
that
see that? Look, wait.
makes for a very unstable relationship.
The passport bros said they're going overseas to avoid this, but I keep trying to explain this to men. Women, it doesn't matter where you are on the planet. It's the same thing. You're just going to get it in a different version. It's the same thing. Now, mind you, you may get it in a range, in a swing, on some sides it may be way more extreme, and some sides it may be way more subtle, depending on if you know where to shop and what your status and what you bring to the table. Because let's be for real, a lot of dudes aren't bringing what they think they bring to the table. Let's keep it a buck. And then for those who only have money, that is only what they bring to the table. So it's not like hella Superman around this motherfucker. So let's keep it a buck. But a lot of dudes, you feel me? It's like they complain about American women and not having to deal with that spiciness when it comes to Spanish girls, or the attitude when it comes to so-called black girls. It's like they think that a lot of Asian and like so-called like white females or snow bunnies be like less aggressive or way past. No. No. Once you experience, you'll understand it's everywhere. It's just in ranges in certain types. You get what I mean? Like you really had to be in the gym, and it was terrible that I lived my life like this. Like it's no dude should really like be striving to just like run through females and fuck with hella females. But I grew up in the Bay, in Oakland. It just came with it, So it's like it's a big world. It's a lot of beautiful women, but don't think that the grass is greener on someplace else than where you're at. No, it's about how you take care of your garden. How do you take care of your maintenance? You get what I'm saying? That's what it's really about. You get what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. You have different styles. Again, like I said, it's a range, but generally, it comes with you just have to know how to you have to know how to speak women. You have to understand them, how they are, and then also too, you got to know how to pour into and how to pour out, or how to not pour. You feel me? Like even when she turned up like this, like man, he should have checked this shit from jump. It shouldn't even been to there. But also it looked like he guilty, like he done did something. Now I don't know what it was, what transpired, but I'm just going off of the faces, and I see it. Come on now, we all know. But yeah, let's let them continue. I'm just saying, look, man, don't think the grass is greener someplace else.
Second, many women claim to be independent but are actually financial parasites.
Facts.
They say they want independence, but spend all their salary and even go into debt while expecting men to pay for everything.
Now, I will say, look, again, social conditioning, and it's a global thing. You gotta base it off the trends, whatever goes viral. But also too, you gotta know how to shop for women. Like a lot of women, um, yes, it is a lot of women who has this mentality, but it's again back to swing of range. It's a range. It's a range. You got to know what you're looking for. Like it's easy to spot one that has this type of mentality. Just look at her appearance. You feel me? And if that's something that you want to deal with, then yeah, go for it. Shoot. You get what I'm saying? It is a lot of dudes who like to do that. But if that's not something you want to handle, then go for you. Don't go for that. You get what I'm saying? And to keep it a buck, it's a lot. It's a lot of women that will look better. The mentality will be better. The personality will be better. The spirit will be better, and she will bring so much more value and peace into your life. But you're overlooking her because you don't know how to shop, and she will actually look better, but she doesn't look as loud because, again, just like women are socially and psychologically programmed, men are also socially and psychologically programmed. The difference is men shit is in stone. Like it's hard because it's so tied into the chemical. It's tied into your biology. You feel me? Like that's why it's so hard for men to be monogamous. You feel me? Because it's like, bro, that you feel me, your 24-hour cycle, you feel me, especially if you healthy. If you healthy and you active and you got a lot of testosterone, then you feel me, it's either less than that. It's like 3 times a day. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful, but they're wired in another kind of way, in an emotional way. But also too, when it comes to these things, it's like it's that is tied to their emotions. Like they have value in these things. And then also a lot of the men that they dealt with never taught them how to, like manage their money or how to invest as well as have fun. Like it's cool to have fun, but you don't have fun with everything. You got to invest and flip. But some don't have that mentality because the men that they were with only took care of them. You feel me, on some trick shit. You get what I mean? And it was like they spoiled them, but they was only spoiling them to have fun. You get what I mean? They wasn't taking them serious. So some women do want that, but then they'll be craving that settle down, that I want to be in a real relationship and I want you all to myself. And bruh not going for that. Most dudes with money, they're not going for it because they know you're not the only one trying to be the only one. And what you won't do, I could definitely find somebody who will, especially if I'm paying for it. That is what tricks do. You get what I mean? So they exchange. Now, if you actually build in a relationship, you're not building. Most women don't build relationships with tricks. That's not the transaction. If you are actually building a relationship with a man, and like she will actually want to do other things than just spend your money. If it is somebody that is like that, again, you got to know how to pick. Crazy thing is, the best women, a lot of time, I'm not gonna say all the time, yes, you can find some that's like don't have, but a lot of single mothers, you feel me, especially if they got like one child, 1 2, like their mental is a lot different because they had to structure their life. They know what reality is like when it comes to being responsible for someone. You get what I mean? When most guys get in a relationship with women, they take on the responsibility of the woman. You get what I mean? So you're responsible for her. And yes, she takes care of you, but how the social norm is, the man is the provider. You are giving the providing for, like the stability, the foundation, the structure. And the woman is, providing or expanding your lineage. That is usually the exchange. But again, like I said earlier, the economy is what determines the dynamics. So in the 60s, we had the nuclear family structure. The men wasn't in the household because they were out in the industries or doing manual labor. You get what I mean? So it was different. In this new digital economy, the work is not at a factory, it's on your phone. You get what I mean? It's content. So it's like everything is digital, everything is on the computer. Women may be more emotional, and less physical when it comes to being able to do that type of work. But when it comes to thinking and when it comes to structuring and organization and administration type shit, they are running laps around men. That is just the reality of what it is. So they are dominating this age. You get what I mean? They're dominating this workforce. That's why you're seeing such a shift. And then when you get to the psychological social trends, like in entertainment, you have so many women becoming the heads of position. You got women killing the music scene, killing the acting scene, like, you know, like on all the things that used to be traditionally for the men in the false patriarchal artificial system. That is crumbling. We're going back to a matriarchal system. That's the energy outside of just this planet or this realm or this dome, but that's the universal energy. That's the universe. This is a feminine universe. We're on a feminine planet. Females, they have more of the favor. That's the rules. That's the rules. Don't get mad at the rules. But long story straight, you have to know how to pick, you know, the woman that you're dealing with. All women require maintenance. All women require things. But if you find the right woman, not only will she, you know, handle that herself, or you do it, but like what she will pour into you, what you pour into her. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman. It's nothing wrong with doing things for her. And if you want to do everything for her, do everything for her. Especially if she does everything for you. You get what I mean? But I think what's happening right now is because it's such a financial and economic strain, and because of social media and entertainment, I think the narrative is a certain kind of way, and it's painting women in a certain kind of light, you know, and it's painting guys in a certain kind of light, and that viewpoint may not be accurate. You get what I mean? And yeah, don't let the social trends win. Let's get going.
They define independence as your money is my money, but my money is still my money.
Yeah.
Men want to avoid that kind of double standard.
You gotta know who you picking. Know who you picking.
Women change the meaning of what they want. They say they want attitude, not money. But if a man really doesn't have a house or a car, these women run away faster than anyone.
Facts, wouldn't you? But look at the same. But then it's again, hey, man, look, dude, do the same. Why would you be, look, man, hey, look. If you're looking for a partner or you looking for somebody to build with, you're looking for a wife, it depends on what you're looking for. You know, it's better to know that they have their own. So, you know, if you coming with your own, make sure that they got their own. Then y'all build from there. Your conditions, make sure that they're down with your conditions. Make sure that you're truthful about your conditions and what kind of time you own. What's your hype? Make sure you're honest about that. You feel me? And listen to what she tells you, but also watch what she does. Pay attention to her actions, and it's going to tell you what she's on, if it's for you or if it's not, before you start to think with the little head. And this is a global thing. Men everywhere think with the little head.
This fake talk just makes men feel tricked. Fourth, women have unrealistic standards but blame all men for not being good enough. For example, they earn 5,000 rand a month but want men who make $1 million a year. They have bad tempers but expect men to be...
Again, this is a lot of dudes is not as good as... look at this dude. He is just, man, look, man. That's cap, though. I'm going to keep it real, man. It's like, I don't think women have, like, super unrealistic standards unless you popping at them on social media. That's the problem. A lot of y'all are trying to shoot y'all shot through these apps or on social media. No, you need to meet her in real life, in a real person. You feel me? Have a real face-to-face conversation, and not in no, you feel me, no place where it's like, man, you got to be glammed up, or you got to be, you know, like, yeah, it's hella people around, it's too social. No. You need to be in a place where it's quiet, it's nature, it's natural, it's raw, you feel me? And you can actually connect with this person and see if y'all actually vibing with, or even can establish a connection like that before y'all even do anything. A lot of dudes be thinking with the little head, and it's like, oh damn, she look good, let me go ahead and slide. You end up cracking and finding out she's a nutcase. You get what I mean? And now you mad. You get what I mean? It'd be worse because it's like, okay, you end up getting her pregnant, and you're mad that she was acting how she was acting when it was her the whole time before you even fucked her. You get what I mean? And it's like, man, dudes, y'all got to be accountable. Yes, women have to be accountable, but we already know the trend. If the trend is they're not going to be accountable, why do you expect them to be accountable? It's like, bruh, don't put yourself in that position. Be better. Choose better. You have to be selective. Man, let me stop preaching.
Endlessly tolerant. They never reflect on themselves and think that good men are blind. This wrong thinking only makes them stay single longer and longer. Men don't dislike these women because of their age. Age can be forgiven, but no one wants to deal with a toxic personality.
Yeah, that's true.
Last April, a matchmaking event in Hangzhou invited 1,000 people. Hundreds of women showed up, but only a handful of men came. The scene was very awkward.
Hey, they lied. They said 800 women, and then it was no men. That's cap. So we know that this wasn't all the way 100. Now I do believe it's a lot of women. You feel me? But also too, now based off of the age of what it's looking like, a lot of these, they fucking up, these old heads fucking up the game, because what they doing is they playing sugar daddies, and this is a global thing. It's a global pattern. The dudes who are older and already established and divorced or cheating on their wives, they will jump a couple of generations down to the younger females and start, breaking off breadcrumbs. And that fucks it up for the men that's in that generation that's trying to talk to the women in that age range, because they're not looking for them. You get what I mean? And then where we at right now, a lot of them younger dudes is hooking up with the older women and cracking them. And then it's just a mess out here. It's a global thing. It's a global mess. But yeah, no, for real. I don't know. I blame old guys.
Some men left early when they saw how few men there were. In early December last year, a matchmaking event was held in a 5-star hotel in Wuhan.
Damn.
About 800 well-dressed women attended, but not a single man showed up.
Ooh, wait, they wasn't lying. Ooh, I feel bad. Look, they wasn't lying. Hang on. Damn, my bad, China Observer.
Men could enter for free, but women had to pay 3,800 yuan each.
Ooh, what? Let me rewind this. Hang on, I'm gonna play and then play it again.
In total, the women spent over 300,000 yuan, but no men came. It was a matchmaking event with no matches. Some say quality men don't need to go to matchmaking.
Hang on, let's rewind that. Hang on.
Few men there were. In early December last year, a matchmaking event was held in a 5-star hotel in Wuhan. About 800 well-dressed women attended, but not a single man showed up. Men could enter for free, but women had to pay 3,800 yuan each. In total, the women spent over 300,000 yuan, but no men came. It was a matchmaking event with no matches.
Oh.
Some say quality men don't need to go to matchmaking events because they can find partners easily. Men with poorer conditions don't go either because they know their situation. Women often want men to have a house, a car, and a bride price. If a man doesn't have those, why go matchmaking? It would only embarrass him.
That was oh my goodness. Hey, whoever threw that event cleaned up. Hey, and I throw events. That was pretty good. You're smart. Hey, ooh-wee. You gave me an idea. That's crazy. So it's getting that bad. The crazy thing about that is people don't think that it can happen here. But usually what happens in the east makes its way over here to the west. Because where does the sun rise at? So, hey, listen.
In big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, there are many older women who are high quality. They have good education, stable jobs, and decent looks. But because of their age, even if they lower their standards, it's still hard for them to find a partner.
Damn.
These are what's called leftover women. But China also
America
has 20 million leftover rural men.
Ooh.
High bride prices are one of the main reasons why many rural young men cannot find partners or hesitate to marry. Chinese media say, for example, that a survey in Liaoning province shows that bride prices for rural women have risen sharply. It's jumped from 68,000 yuan in 2016.
Wait a minute, rural women? What? This is crazy. So basically, is they not looking for women in the cities? They looking for women that has been away from social media and away from the game. Look at all these dudes. That's crazy. That's wild.
To 176,000 yuan in 2020. The latest central government policy document for 2025 mentions plans to comprehensively manage the problem of high bride prices in rural areas. Actually, the leftover men phenomenon is closely linked to China's past one-child policy. Since family planning began in 1979, many families selected the gender of their child before birth, causing an imbalance in the gender ratio.
Damn.
But many young men and women don't even want to get married. In recent years, because of the economic slowdown and rising unemployment, many ordinary young people fear marriage. Even wealthier young people worry about the cost. The number of young people in China who choose not to marry or have children is growing.
Sheesh.
Data from the 2024 China population and employment
Now the crazy thing is, I wonder if they still fucking, because out here in the States, these kids and these youngins, they may not be getting married, but they having babies and stuff. I don't know what they doing, but then again, he looking at him and he got his belly like that. They might be on the same kind of K-pop stuff. I don't know.
Statistical Yearbook shows that almost 39% of 30-year-old men are unmarried, up about 20% from 2013. For 30-year-old women, the unmarried rate is 20%, up 10%. Among 25-year-olds, nearly 73% are unmarried. For 20-year-old men, the rate is 80%, and for 25-year-old women, 64%. On April 25th, China's Ministry of Civil Affairs released the latest data for the first quarter of 2025. It showed that 1.8 million couples registered their marriages, which is 159,000 fewer than in the first quarter of 2024. Divorce registrations reached 630,000 couples, up by 57,000 from the same period last year. For the whole year of 2024, the number of marriage registrations was over 6 million couples, down 1.5 million from 7.7 million in 2023. That's a 20% drop. Compared to the peak in 2013, when there were 13 million marriages, the number in 2024 is less than half. This is the lowest in 45 years.
Sheesh.
I don't plan to marry. I'm 20 this year. I think marriage means buying a house, buying a car, and having kids. Right now, I don't have much ability, and my family's situation isn't very good. If I buy a house and get married, I will definitely need a loan. Loans mean debt. I don't think it's necessary.
Man, but see, also too, like, man, this is why men, y'all gotta better yourself. This is why we doing the Golden G Club, because it's a lot of men, even something like that, debt. Hey, debt is good debt too. You gotta know how to use debt. Play the game like how the banks play the game, you know. Shout out to my mentor Derek Whitehead, man. Get down with the economic masonry and the Golden G Club. We will get y'all right. Golden G Club, get y'all right with the women. Economic masonry, get y'all right with the corporate paperwork and with your funds. Get funding. Like, seriously. Like, especially if you young. Like, learn the game. Learn the corporate game. Going to, getting a regular job is cool, like for building experience and building your skills, yes. But know what industry that you want to dominate with, man, and learn how to get money in funding. Like, seriously. That is big. Get into investing. Get into it. It could be gold, physical silver. Getting into real estate, depending on what type. Get into rural land, get into anything. Skill building. Get into AI, get into cryptocurrency. Pay attention to these things, man. Position yourself. Seriously. Play with these corporations like these banks and like these bigger 1%ers play with these corporations. Get your credit right. And use your credit like it's supposed to be used. Don't use it for no house. Don't use it for no car. Use it for a corporation. Go get a corporation, and then you have that corporation go get you a house and a car. Play the game like them. That's the game. That's the way we playing. All right. Yep. Let's continue.
Actually, I don't want to get married either. I feel society's pressure is very high now, and I don't earn much.
Sheesh.
It's already hard to support myself, so how can I get married? Even though I'm a woman, I try to think from the man's perspective. From a man's view, the pressure is huge. He has to support his parents, get married, and have kids. He can't even support himself, let alone parents or children. Marriage means needing a car, a house, and a bride price. Ordinary people like us don't have the financial strength for that. In response, many parts of China have issued policies to encourage marriage and childbirth. For example, Hohhot City in Inner Mongolia greatly increased childbirth subsidies. Having a third child can get a 100,000 yuan subsidy. The city of Ningxia increased marriage leave from 10 to 13 days, maternity leave for 60 days, and parents of infants under 3 years old can get 10 days of parental leave. Starting January this year, Luoyang City in Shanxi Province offers a 1,500 yuan reward for couples where both first-time newlyweds, and the woman is 35 years old or younger. Many Chinese netizens feel these subsidies are too small compared to living costs and only a drop in the bucket. From May 10th this year, the Chinese Communist Party's revised marriage registration regulation took effect. Marriage and divorce no longer
I ain't gonna lie, that was tough. My bad about the outburst. My little one saw her mommy and she was, "Mommy." It takes a lot to be married, trust me. And also too, like, do not assume that, that when you're talking about, people think I think a lot of people, they associate marriage with matrimony, and it does go together, but they're not the same thing. Marriage is the process with the certifications and, you tying yourself to Uncle Sam. Matrimony is the contract that you making between you and your partner or partners. You get what I'm saying? And it's a difference. A lot of people don't know that, and they need to understand that, It's not a bad thing to find somebody and build with them, and grow with them and take care of them and love them. And, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be procreating here. But, yeah, the game of marriage, though, y'all need to really learn about this paperwork. Learn the game y'all playing.
Require a household registration booklet. This is seen as a way to encourage young people to marry. A 28-year-old single worker named Xiao Qin told Radio Free Asia that marriage and childbirth subsidies across the country are just small favors. They don't solve the problem of young people being unable to start families due to high living costs. Xiao Qin said, "First, living costs are too high. In Beijing, earning 10,000 yuan a month is considered quite good. But for people from other places, with 10,000 yuan, you can't afford a house for many years. If you get married and have a child, the monthly cost of formula alone is a big expense." Xiao Qin said that living in China...
Hey, this is true. That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, it's going to require both partners or everybody involved. It's going to require everybody. But you have to be able to take advantage of it and really make things happen.
Feels like being in a big prison. He and his friends are unhappy. They see no reason to have children. They don't want the next generation to suffer like they do. Besides economic pressure, living costs, bride price, and housing issues, there's another reason many young men in China don't want to marry. It's linked to a social cause, the Datong rape case in Shanxi Province.
Damn.
The case involved a couple who were engaged in Datong, Shanxi Province. After their engagement, they had sexual relations. Later, the woman changed her mind and reported the man for rape. The man showed proof of bride price and engagement agreement, saying they had a marriage contract and the act was consensual. He also provided chat records and surveillance videos showing the woman did not show signs of distress afterward.
Damn.
But the court still convicted him of rape.
Whoa.
The man appealed. On April 16th, the second trial was held publicly. The court upheld the verdict, sentencing the man, Mr. Xi, to 3 years in prison. Mr. Xi appealed immediately, but the second court upheld the original verdict.
Damn, that's messed up. That's messed up. I can see why a lot of dudes out there ain't getting married. That's fucked up.
That day was the 712th day Mr. Xi had been in custody. Xi's mother, Ms. Zhang, told the media on April 15th that May 1st was supposed to be the start of a new chapter in her son's life. At the engagement banquet, they signed a promise that after 1 year of marriage, her son would add the woman's name to the property deed. But the day after they became intimate, the woman asked her to add her name early and then reported rape. According to Ms. Zheng, her son told her that they had disagreed about adding the name early. Emotions ran high, and they had an argument in the elevator. Worried about something bad happening, her son tried to hold the woman back. Ms. Zheng questioned, how can resistance afterward prove it wasn't consensual during? There's clearly not enough evidence. Ms. Zheng said that during the second trial on March 25th, they presented more than 40 pieces of evidence. They wanted the court to find the facts fairly and reasonably.
This is diabolical.
And to accept their questions. They have insisted on the appeal and waited 2 years to see the truth uncovered and get a fair trial. Before the trial, the court offered probation, but Mr. Xi refused, insisting he was innocent. This case sparked heated discussion online. Many said, looks like a failed marriage scam and then a false rape claim. Others said, sue the woman for extortion. It's clearly a setup. Some asked, when will men's legal rights be protected? Does the woman have connections? Many expressed fear about marriage, saying no one dares to marry now. Courts convict men without solid evidence, protecting marriage scammers. Who would still want to get married?
4月16日被网友戏称为不婚期。
April 16th was jokingly called No Marriage Day online because the second trial in the Datong engagement case upheld the original verdict. Many people started mocking it, saying the robber didn't wear a mask, but a wedding dress instead.
Damn.
Though it's a joke, it shows how surprised people were by the result.
担心大同订婚抢劫案，很简单一个破事儿。
The Shanxi Datong engagement rape case is a mess. It's a scam using engagement as a cover and marriage as a money maker.
Hang on, I gotta go read this. Hang on, wait a minute, y'all. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, this is so out of pocket. I have not watched this video. So this is my first time hearing about this with y'all. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, seriously, what? I thought they was bad in America. Like, what? But I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. Like, damn, that's messed up.
The Datong engagement rape case is a mess. It's a scam using engagement as a cover and marriage as a money-making tool, what they call a honey trap. Normal people don't do this. The women took the bride price, the engagement was set, and the ring was given. That means they were ready to live together. Who would send their fiancé to jail over something like this?
男的别说订婚了，就是现在结婚3。
Men don't even dare to share a bed now, even after 30 years of marriage, because they are afraid. If courts keep convicting men like this, it will open the floodgates. For people with bad intentions, this is a clear way to get rich fast. Just come and grab the money.
This vlogger said the case has had a huge impact and everyone online is watching. Women fear bad men. Men fear honey traps. If a woman wants trouble.
Wait. Now, hang on. I ain't gonna lie. This is messed up if this is messed up. But they left out some stuff. It says that the fiance refuses the ex's, or the, I guess, the woman refused the man's advancement when he was trying to be intimate with her. And apparently, according to the thing, it said that he did rape her. Now, I don't know. I got to look into this a little bit more heavier. But I just want to say, even if they did get married, if she say no, man, just because y'all married don't mean you can just take it. It don't work like that. That ain't cool.
Trouble, a slap can ruin a man's life and send him to prison for years. Then what's the point of marriage anymore? A man's life is tough enough without this.
Damn.
The marriage system may as
That
well
is
be
true.
scrapped. This case has dragged on for 2 years. Because the couple was engaged, had sex in the bridal house, and the bride price was paid, it kept stirring social debate and emotions. The
Sheesh.
controversy continued after the second trial. In law and public opinion, many say the evidence for rape is insufficient and criticize the courts for convicting when there's reasonable doubt. Some compare this case to the 2006 Nanjing Peng Yu case, saying such verdicts tear apart social trust. In 2006, Peng Yu helped an elderly woman who fell but then was sued. This led to people saying, who dares to do good deeds anymore? A WeChat article compared the Datong rape case to the Peng Yu case. It said that after the Peng Yu case, Good Samaritan dropped sharply. Similarly, after the engagement rape case, extreme self-protection strategies started to emerge, such as notarizing premarital sexual consent and refusing sex in marriage. This incident made Chinese men even less willing to marry. Life pressures already weighed heavily on marriage, and now the Datong case hit Chinese men hard again. Leftover women and men want to marry but can't find partners. Ordinary young men and women avoid marriage for various reasons. It looks like China's population crisis will get worse.
That's tough, man. Y'all, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. This was a tough one. It's a tough one.